Bengals of Kentucky just to our right. We welcome you into Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. Tonight on this fine Thursday night, we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Cincinnati Bengals.
Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, and as we look at this matchup, every time there's something different to focus on. So I'll just ask you, what do you see here in this one?
Well, Rembrandt, you've given me a pretty blank canvas to focus on, haven't you?
Yeah.
Where do you think I'm going to go with this?
Oh, secondary?
You know me well, right? In a game like this, it's always about the secondary. Can they handle the passing attack and make a few plays?
Just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday Night Primetime. And able to get this out to the 25. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the former Cal Bear, Aaron Rodgers.
There have been very few quarterbacks in the NFL who have been as consistent throughout their career as Aaron Rodgers. He's been good for so long, and we've seen no decline in his skills. His accuracy and arm strength continue to elevate the talent around him, and his in-game mistakes, few and far between.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down.
Yeah, that's a pretty throw right there. It's man coverage on the left side of the field, and this is some really good footwork by his receiver. Able to create some space at the top of his route, and the ball's delivered right on time.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
It's a gain of 25 yards. First down, Pittsburgh.
I am willing to bet that he got a monster grin on his face when he saw what was happening. Man coverage was so committed to denying a big throw that it pulled attention away from him, and he had an easy lane to hit, and hit it he did.
Now run straight ahead with Warren. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Here's Rodgers to throw. Catch made right side by Wilson. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 13-yard line. It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh first. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
And he stopped immediately there. Vanderbilt's own Oren Burks had the tackle defensively.
I would think as a play caller, you want to look for some quick hitters to your tight end. Any type of a route to replace where that linebacker was. Because when you saw the speed with which he reacted and stuffed that play, maybe use that speed against him in the future.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Give him 9 yards on the scramble there, but it does leave him still a few inches shy with 3rd down looming.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, it shows confidence in your offensive line. They'll run here with Gainwell. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Kenneth Gainwell taking it in from a yard out.
And the Steelers put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead.
Sometimes offense can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Bengals nothing.
So that drive goes 8 plays.
And it was Kenneth Gainwell who finished it off with a touchdown run.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Gets around him.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
So now the Bengals get ready for their first drive. They'll be led out by their veteran QB, the former Delaware Blue Hen, Joe Flacco.
Remember when the conversation was, is Joe Flacco elite? Well, at one point, he was elite enough to not only win a Super Bowl, but be named the MVP of that game. And for a time, one of the top-paid quarterbacks in the league. Not bad for a young man who transferred to Delaware from Pitt while in college. This guy has had a great career. Not many chances now to lead an offense, but still capable if put on the field.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. Flacco fakes the give, sets to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Operating out of the gun, Flacco. Got him in, it's Brown. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
To the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for a Bengals first down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Well, that's one way and a good way to get things going offensively. One play in, and they're already on the move. The defense, they're hoping that's not a sign of things to come as this game unfolds.
They'll run for the first time here with Brown. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. The tackle credited to Deshaun Elliott, the safety.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Well, Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down.
That's Cameron Hayward who got in there to take him down. Well, he was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Now it's Flacco. this one is incomplete.
That's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
So on 4th down, out is Ryan Rico to punt. Deep to return is Calvin Austin. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. That'd be ideal.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
Chris Boswell.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team. Automatic 1st down.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. Now Flacco. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Cameron Hayward, his 2nd sack of the night.
What a quick start to the drive, but not for the team that really needed it. In only a few seconds, the opposing QB found himself on the turf, and the defense is celebrating 2nd and long.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Flacco. Under pressure, they got him again.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Now 3rd down and very long.
Passing play. Flacco. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, we quit counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly 3rd and a mile, wasn't it?
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the 1st down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position.
Here's Ryan Rico now.
As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Looking to put a drive together. In motion, the tight end. Rodgers going to throw.
A short one there to Freiermuth.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that will bring up second down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, the guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Rodgers sliding to a stop with a first down. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there, getting him the first.
Facing second and short, that gives you a chance to go for a bigger play through the air. But I think he said to himself, why not just handle this one? Got all the yards he needed and then some, and made that snap a huge success.
Now Rodgers. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable, usually an excellent target, and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw is Rodgers. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds, that's a reasonable amount of time to expect to deliver the ball downfield. So great to try and complete a pass, but it's equally important to know when to throw the football away, too.
Now they'll bring 4 receivers into the fold here. It's 3rd and long.
Rodgers now to throw. And he finds Austin complete. And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the first down. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Now we get to see the punter, Corliss Waitman. Charlie Jones deep for Cincinnati.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
For the Bengals offense getting set and ready to go again here.
They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
The defense thought they had that play covered, but it still got driven backward by those blockers. Those types of plays are a key part of any team's offensive game plan. It all starts up front in the trenches.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Flacco looks to throw. Open man is Higgins. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And the Bengals first down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
To pass, Flacco. In trouble, and he's taken down.
Derek Harmon gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, They've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Here's Flacco.
He's going to have the hook up here to Chase.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
And Flacco keeps it himself.
And he's going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with a back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. But as you talked about in different games, those guys with confidence in their offensive line, they just want to move forward and get it.
It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down. Defensively, they were in the 3-4, and that O-line just dominated the D-line there.
Let's go with a verbal telestrator here because that D-line has a nose over the center, and it has the 2 defensive ends over the offensive tackles. That means the guards don't have anyone over the top of them. That creates a natural bubble inside where they sprint upfield, take on the inside linebackers. If the back hits it fast enough, there should be space to run.
11 more on that one, and another first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
That'll give him 8 that time, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Up the middle, here's Pirine.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
3rd and 2.
Setting up to throw, Flacco. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Mike Gesicki from 13 yards out. And the Bengals have taken the lead.
We're still in the first quarter, but it's apparent they're going to have to come up with a different defensive game plan for him because right now he's kind of having his way against that defense and has added a touchdown to the list. How do you slow him down? They're going to have to mix up some coverages, maybe change who's guarding him.
Evan McPherson now for the PAT.
It's up and good, and the lead now moves to 9-7.
Makes the score.
So that one a long 11-play drive.
And it all concluded with a touchdown pass to the tight end, Mike Gesicki. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play.
Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. Now Rodgers. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
It's a gain of 10. And the Steeler first down.
No shortage of impressive moments from him thus far. Now he's halfway to the century mark, and we're still in the first half. There's been no answer for his running ability so far by the defense. I can't wait to see what adjustments they'll have to make during the halftime break.
That's to his running back, Gamewell.
So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 2nd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
The intended receiver was DK Metcalf.
And it's 3rd and short.
And 3 yards to go.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Working from the gun, Rodgers.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
First down, Steelers.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up.
On 1st and 10, it's Gamewell.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Here's Rodgers.
That's complete to his tight end Fryermuth.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 13-yard line. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
From the gun, a give to Gamewell.
And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
They'll come out in a 4-receiver look. 3 men to the right side on 2nd and 6. To throw, it's Rodgers. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down.
Okay, was Was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
The offense on third down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Battle. And the Bengals are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
Joe Flacco and company heading back out onto the field. 5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of a route, too.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Jamar Chase. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 28-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. This is Brown going up the middle. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
They fake the handoff. Now Flacco to pass. A nice little juke. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll be 2nd down. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 38-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
For a Bengals first down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
Nice job there defensively to clamp down, because really, they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
It's complete to Brown, right side. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 3rd and 4 now.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sat back at the 38. Cameron Hayward able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football. But, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This officially a 55-yard attempt. That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or two. It's no good, and that will keep this a 2-point game.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
In a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly, but here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they'd better take advantage of it, because otherwise, if they end up losing by one score, they'll relive this over and over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away.
They start to drive here with Gainwell.
And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down. Delayed give there out of the gun. Defense was ready.
And I'm not a big fan of a draw play out of the shotgun formation, because the quarterback's not having much action where he's getting away from the line of scrimmage. He's catching the football, making a little head fake, and then handing it off. You should be able to read it, as they did there.
And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman, the ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
Throwing now is Rodgers. He wants it all for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted.
So the holding call on the offense, so they go ahead and decline that one and take possession of the football on the INT.
Looking to put a drive together. Bootleg, Flacco. Out to the left, he's got Sample there. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And that's going to make it fourth down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on third down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, first and 10.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense.
They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a second and 11. Now it's Rodgers. And that's caught inside He's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A great play there. 64 yards.
And the Steelers have retaken the lead.
And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play. And just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Boswell for the extra point. And the lead is up to 5. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And he returns this to the 22.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Looking to put a drive together.
And they'll begin here with a run by Brown.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
54 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Nothing too fancy, just a carry up the middle, but a successful carry up the middle against this 3-4 defense.
And to be able to do that, what do you have to control? The nose guard, right? Got to be able to move him. Otherwise, you're not getting anything up the middle. Nice job by the center. Got a little help from one of his friends playing guard.
And that's out quickly to Chase.
That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to bring up second down.
7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 45-yard line.
And Chase will go in motion left.
Here's Flacco.
Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. Here it's 3rd and 3. Flacco. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Shotgun now for Rodgers.
And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
From the gun on third down, Rodgers. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he will have the Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it's second down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Here's a 2nd and 5.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers.
A short one there to Freiermuth.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh first.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Loose inside the 30.
And all the way down to the 25-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
On the play. First down, Pittsburgh.
And again, it's Rodgers.
That's caught right side. It's Warren.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
A gain of 10 yards, and it's third down.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Ninth play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Rodgers again now.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. Third downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
For the field goal. A 33-yard attempt.
Boswell's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 8. So it was 4th down and 1 in the red zone, but they elect to take just the 3.
And I'm a little bit surprised that that's exactly what they decided to do. I kind of thought that they would go for it in that situation. But sometimes I'm sure you just think to yourself, take the 3 points, put them in your pocket, and move on.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. A little juke. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again.
They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not through any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, You would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen and put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Operating out of the gun, Flacco. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
Second and 5.
Flacco from the gun. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Brown. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. And again, it's Flacco to throw. And he is caught. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
So he missed his first attempt, remember, but this time he gets back on the bike and knocks it home.
Yeah, and sometimes that first one can really impact you moving forward. They can just stay with you too long and affect everything else you do during the game. In this case, though, able to shake it off. He's riding high again.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
And with Rodgers behind center, you wonder if they'll take one shot at this.
A short one there to Freiermuth. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
So halftime is upon us on Thursday night primetime, and we go off to Orlando. And Scott Hansen for our halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Scott, thanks a bunch. And we'll see which team's adjustments are going to pay dividends here as we are just about ready for the start of the second half. The Bucs set to get the football first, and they trail here as we get started in the second half. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
The Bengal offense now with the football first here to begin quarter number 3.
And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
Looking to put a drive together. They defer to Brown to start the drive. And he'll be tackled at about the 35.
64 yards rushing for him now to this point.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Another run for Brown on second down.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
Bengals first down. First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
That one definitely helps as they try to push the ball down the field here, trailing early in the third quarter.
And even though they're trailing, not abandoning the running game. People may call it an adjustment. I think it's just much more sticking to what works for you and continuing to have faith in it. And the running game is starting to pay off.
Yeah, he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
A break from the ground game here. Flacco. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And while all of that was going on, we have an injured player out there in need of some attention. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. The good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's third and long.
Now Flacco. Under pressure, and they got to it again.
Alex Highsmith. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up fourth down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. Looking to put a drive together. Shotgun now for Rodgers.
Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate. Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Rodgers going to throw.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
He already came through for them on this drive. No surprise that they were hoping he could do it again.
The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. There was a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return.
And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively, just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. He got 29 yards that time.
And the Bengals first down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or two towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
They give it to Brown. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
From the 46, here's 2nd down and 5.
Here's Flacco. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That one a first down pickup of 8.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Draw play for Brown. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped. But what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, ends up spilling it for a loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Flacco. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch.
Partner, if you and I were playing quarterback in this one, we would be really confident right now throwing it to him, wouldn't we?
Yeah, he's been spectacular. He's just saying, hey, I was all state. I'll make it rain out here. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down.
Setting up to throw, Flacco.
Short pass tip, but caught anyway.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Well, sure looked pretty coming off of his hand, but sometimes you might have to take a little bit off of it. That one looked a little too hot to handle.
Yeah, but off the tip, hey, they still got the catch, right?
It's amazing, isn't it? Even when it goes wrong, it turns out right.
Flacco looks to throw. Now a short one to Gesicki. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A big play there on the catch and run. And it's going to yield a new set of downs.
Well, they've certainly not shied away from throwing the football as they've leaned on their quarterback to start this game. 4 straight passes right out of the gate, with that last one earning them a new set of downs.
Got a man and he hits him in stride. Touchdown Bengals. Chase Brown taking it in. And the Bengals have taken the lead here in this third quarter.
Yeah, that's a nice play design right there. He's going to fake the give, then roll out, and he lets his back leak out toward the pylon. And how about the throw? Right where he needed it to be for him to catch it in stride, he's able to take it into the end zone.
Zach Taylor's made the decision. They'll go for 2 here.
The Bengals will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Flacco looking to throw for it. And he'll get into the end zone to push the lead up to a field goal. So that effort gives him a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, and that's really good strategy because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage. At least give your team a fighting chance.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Steelers offense and Aaron Rodgers getting set for their next drive. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They'll send Austin in motion right.
Now they show jet sweep, but instead they run up the middle here.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
A handoff for Warren. And only a couple there as he'll take this up to the 47. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll come up now, 3rd and 3.
From the gun, it's Rodgers.
He'll find Gainwell out of the backfield.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
Well, that wasn't exactly a thing of beauty. I know they completed the pass, but look at the yardage lost. I mean, who does that make happy?
That's why I don't play in PPR points per reception fantasy leagues right there.
You'd be really
You don't deserve
upset,
anything
right?
for that.
But you get credit for it? Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Well, I know whoever has this team's defense, they were happy about that play.
The Bengals offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the third quarter.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. To pass, Flacco. Throw left side complete. That's Brown. Ooh, the juke. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards.
For as many sacks as this defense has, you can understand their willingness to try and get upfield and get another. So what a really smart play call here to use their aggression against them, go with the screen, and they're able to get the first down.
From the gun, Flacco. Open man is Higgins. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's second down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at their 48-yard line.
An inside give, Brown. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 84 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Flacco fakes the give, sets to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
Another Cincinnati Bengals. First and 10.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game, and they hit that one there for big yardage.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the gun, a give to Brown.
And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
Here's Flacco. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown.
So this whole game gets flipped on its ear right there. The interception, return for a touchdown, and this lead changes hands here in the 3rd quarter.
And it certainly felt like this defense had a read on what was going on the offensive side of the ball and said, let's cut down our coverage a little bit. Let's be in a position to make a play on the ball. And, boy, that sure turned out well for them.
Extra point now by Boswell. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
And that flag accepted.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And you get a look at the numbers, they don't even tell the whole story. This has been a tremendous performance to this point.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone. But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Flacco from midfield.
That was short one to Gesicki. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
Once more, it's Flacco. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down.
Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time multiple guys get to it. And you get the feeling, Charles, yeah, he's got the 2 sacks now, but he may get more here. We still got a quarter and then some to go.
And the way that he is playing this game, it reminds me of one of the best golfers in the world who can use every club in the bag and make a great shot. That's what he's doing with his pass rush moves right now, showing a little bit of everything. They have no way of stopping him.
The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Caught by Wilson. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it'll be second down.
Wilson. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 13-yard line.
Rodgers now to throw.
A short one there to Freiermuth.
And just not a ton of room to work with. They'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up third down.
Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime.
We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. And the Steelers on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Here's Rodgers. And he's taken down. Back in his own 7.
Trey Hendrickson showing off his pass rush repertoire that time.
And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
The Steelers send out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Jones on the return. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position.
The home team's offense and their wideout getting set to go once more. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been the star of the show, as they have just had absolutely no answers for him defensively.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Well, this has turned into an absolute week to forget for this quarterback. Multiple sacks, pair that with multiple turnovers. As far as he's concerned, if he ever sees this defense again, it'll be way too soon.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Now it's Flacco.
Open man is Yoshibas.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 14.
So here's a 3rd and 14.
Flacco. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield.
T.J. Watt in there to get him yet again.
That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. And now out come the Steelers.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that 1st down carry.
2nd and 8 coming from the 19.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Under pressure, and down he goes. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
A CD, a little bit of feast or famine for him. He's had some success throwing the football, but also now he's been sacked 4 times.
Yeah, you just mentioned the 4 sacks, but you're right. He has managed to hang in there and make plays at times. His offensive line, they've got to figure it out and pick things up and give him more opportunities, and he has to help them by getting rid of the ball a little bit quicker as well.
A tough spot here, 3rd and 15.
Now it's Rodgers. Here's a screen with Gainwell. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. This will wind up a loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. You hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
The Steelers send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Passing play, Flacco. This will be caught by Brown. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. And they've got to go thank the guys on D.
Now Flacco.
Over the middle, that's caught by Chase.
And Chase going to pick up a Bengals 1st down as the tackle made down at the 33.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Now Flacco. Now a short one to Gesicki. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. 25 yards that time.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
They'll look to throw again.
That's complete. Once again, it's Gesicki.
Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain.
Brown.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is either called pressure or what I like to call straight-ahead pursuit, a great read, and they get to the backfield and make the play.
And that was a big chunk of yardage lost. 3rd and goal, Flacco. Pressure gets him back at the 14.
A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He's sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him.
Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
So a pressure spot here for Evan McPherson.
This a 31-yard attempt.
McPherson's kick is good.
And that'll bring him back within a point.
So that gets him a little closer as he converts there, but you have to think back to the field goal he missed earlier.
Right now, that's the difference between leading and trailing. So at this moment, he's reciting that kicker's prayer that we know so well. Just give me one more shot before this one's said and done.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Steelers ready to take over on offense. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And this is going to be a Steelers first down as he'll take this up to about the 33-yard line.
And what a tough spot for this defense, because they know it's coming, but they're just powerless to stop it. What a great run there to start the drive. And you can bet there'll be more where that came from as they try to ice this game away.
Throwing now is Rodgers. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit, because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. To throw is Rodgers. And he fends him. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This is 3rd and 9. And it's taken in by his big tight end. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 36. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Warren will try the right side.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now, to stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. They'll give him 4 yards there. And that'll bring up 4th down.
They got the completion, but they didn't get the first down. So you got to think if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you're pretty happy with what you just accomplished there.
Yeah, guy, like you said, got him out of bounds, stopped the clock, kept him short of the marker. Boswell's kick is good, and that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, it's a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 83 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. This 2nd and 4. Flacco looks to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. 3rd and 7 now.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. Flacco. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. T.J. Watt. My goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really, really turning in an incredible performance.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Looking to put a drive together.
Starting things out with a give to Gainwell.
Good footwork at the 30. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
At the 45-yard line.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 3.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. And he's going to get is all the way down inside the 35. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
On the give, it's Warren.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out.
Two yards to go, 2nd down. Straight ahead, it's Gainwell.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Jalen Warren, 25 yards.
And the Steelers get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
Boswell for the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to 11.
Makes the score.
That time a 6-play drive. And a long run there in the end to top it off. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
Flacco set to lead this offense. Down by 11. A minute 51 on the clock. They need a touchdown with a 2-point conversion and a field goal in either order as they've got it 1st down.
Flacco. That's into the hands of Gesicki.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They need a touchdown, the 2-point conversion, and a field goal. Pretty good start to the drive, though.
Yeah, good start to the drive, but the urgency has to really be increased by both the players on the field and everyone on the sidelines. Got to make sure everyone is up and into this game.
Now Flacco.
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Alex Highsmith in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you've got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. To pass, Flacco. Takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
They're going to try it. Here's Flacco. Can't get away, and he's taken down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And with the defense out of timeouts, powerless to stop the clock, this should just be a couple of kneel downs. And the knee is taken for the Steelers out of the victory formation.
Well, partner, you and I were excited for this one today and certainly had its moments. Some good execution at times by both of these offenses. Defenses both made some plays as well. And always a joy to be up here in the booth next to you, my friend.
Yeah, it's a privilege to be up here in the booth next to you as well. Thanks for taking the time. And let's go ahead and get ready for our next one, right? I'll see you in the film room. Get that preparation started now.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Cincinnati, good night, everybody.